Hey, let's work on assignment 11.1. The assignment is pretty simple. We need to create a map for suburban Pittsburgh in Allegheny County. We are trying to create a land use map with hillshade, and we will display some schools on top of it. So let's get started. First we need to bring in all our data layers. So I'm just going to bring in my land use layer from the spatial analyst, my Pittsburgh layer, the DEM, and then I'm going to bring in from the Allegheny County layer, I'm going to bring in the municipalities and the county schools. So once we have all of this, we need to fix this exclamation mark first. So I'm just going to go to the properties of the land use. I'm just going to set it to my spatial analyst land use 289107, so that it sort of gets that symbology imported automatically. Okay, once that's done, I'm going to put my land use on top of DEM, and then let's turn Pittsburgh off. We don't need that. And then in the municipalities, we sort of need to do this. Go to symbology, go to definition query, and make sure in the name we are not using Pittsburgh City. So we sort of need to do that because we are only working for the suburbs of Pittsburgh, not everything. So the next step is to actually identify the ring of suburbs around Pittsburgh. So I'm just going to use my select by location tool and select municipalities that actually intersect with that are within a mile of the Pittsburgh layer that we added. So I'm just going to use that and click OK. Once the selection is done, I'm going to export my municipalities into a GDB that I'll create for my assignments. Chapter 11. I'm going to save it, create a new GDB for it. Chapter 11.1. I'm going to put it under my name and call it we're gonna call it Suburbs. Okay, you can add that to the map and turn off your municipalities, and as you can see, we identified the suburbs of Pittsburgh. Excellent. So I'm going to make that a hollow with some line weights, and now the next step is to actually extract the land use for those particulars. Before we do anything, we need to sort of set our environments for the raster analysis. I'm going to set it as shown. So we're going to set a cell size of 50, and we're going to use a mask of Pittsburgh suburbs. Okay, it's very simple. And then the next step is to actually extract by mask. I'm going to use my land use raster and extract it by suburbs, and extract it to my ESRI Press, GST1, assignments, chapter 11, and the chapter 11 I'm going to store it as land use sub. Once I do that, I'm going to extract that. It's going to be added to the map, and once it's added, I'm going to import the land use symbology of the existing land use symbology and click OK, and then actually turn off the other layer. So that's excellent. We extracted the land use and the symbology has been imported, and now the next step is to actually create a hillshade for the DEM. So I'm just gonna click on Hillshade, the DEM. I'm going to export it into the DEM layer, call it Hillshade sub, and then I'm going to actually go with the defaults and click on OK. Let's see what happens here. So that's been extracted. As you can see, if I turn my DEM layer off, you just got the hillshade for suburban Pittsburgh. So I'm going to set the transparency of my land use to maybe 50%. It's up to you actually, because maybe something less than that, 35, something like that. So once you have that, zoom to the layer, and you can see the hillshade on underneath a little bit. And the next step is to actually work on your schools. So county schools, open attribute table, and all we got is X and Y, so we're just gonna use event data. So I'm just gonna use point X and point Y, and the symbol and I'm going to use my Pittsburgh coordinates so that they overlay on top of each other. And the next step is to actually select by location. I'm going to extract schools that fall within Pittsburgh. So once that's done, I'm going to export that data as schools and add it to the map, and remove the previous schools, or turn it off at least, and then change this symbology to something I can actually see. Make them edit symbology, mask. I'm gonna add a halo to that. A halo, I'm gonna add a black halo. So it's up to you. If you want to change the color or play with it a little more, you are free to do that. So anyways, so that's pretty much the exercise. We're gonna put this on a layout and do all the magical things that we do, adding all the map elements and so on and so forth. Once that's done, export it and turn it in, actually save your map document before you do anything else. I'm just gonna save it. Under GIS T1, my assignments, chapter 11, save it as chapter 11.1 dash. Once that's saved, just gonna create that layout and export the maps, and that's it. Turn your stuff into Blackboard, and we are done. Okay, thanks for watching.